Time for the YouTube intro. How's it going, everyone? Hooks Phoenix here, and today we're doing Eden Part 2. So, yeah, this time I got someone from my chat. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, I should probably mute that music and turn on the in-game music. But yes, without further ado, we are gonna get started. System configuration, audio. There we go. Anyway, let's speak to Gaia. Blood and thunder. Gaia is lost in thought as she gazes towards the silent giant on the horizon. I will never not struggle to read. I know what it's like. It was the same for me. But I was lucky because Thancred freed me from Mulemore and I had a chance to see the world. More importantly though, I met all kinds of people and they taught me not to live in another's shadow but to be myself. Maybe one day you'll have that chance too. Said your piece, have you? One day, what's that supposed to mean? I don't know how the Great Oracle of Light sees such things. But for someone like me, who's only known life in Mulemore, there was no tomorrow, there was no future, only the here and now. And while I waste time on these meaningless conversations, I feel each moment of my life slipping away. Time, it won't wait. Not for me, not for anyone. I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am. I'm sorry, Gaia. Gaia? That's probably not even my real name. It is it? When Thancred asked me my name, I couldn't remember. That's when the fairy whispered to me, Gaia. Woo! But if you grew up in Mulemore, surely someone there must know who you are. Everyone I once knew had either disappeared or had been turned into Sea Eaters. Those whose faces and names I still remember, that is. In the end, we found not a single person who so much as recognized me. As far as I can recall, I've never been the most sociable person, but still. Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what I'll call you. If you're willing, instead of the Oracle of Light, please call me Reen. It's not the name I was born with, that's long forgotten now, but the one the people whom I consider family gave to me. Is that so? Well, as much as I'd love to keep up this chatting, there's something that's bothering me. I thought the fairy would have reacted to Eden in some way, but so far nothing whatsoever. From what I gather, it wasn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue. Perhaps if you were to actually try flying it somewhere, the fairy might break its silence. If you've got elements to restore, or whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get it over with? You need to learn some manners. I need to stop wasting my time. Alright everyone, I think we've talked for long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden. I do so enjoy this questline. Goody, goody. To Eden's core we go. Following the initial changes wrought by the release of water and earth, the MTA hath displayed no further signs of alteration. Stability, some may call this, and be satisfied. But in truth, it is passivity. A passivity stemming from light's ever-pervasive presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must needs employ a catalyst, a third element that shall rouse and stabilize those unleashed energies in activity. Therefore, I propose lightning. So the primal will be Ramu, yes? From what I've heard, he's a guardian of the forest and not particularly keen on conflict. But you've actually fought him, haven't you? He's half man, half beard, and another half beard for good measure. He does have a big ass beard. Ah yes, Thinker mentioned that he more closely resembles a person than a beast, unlike most other primals. Apparently he tends not to move about much. I'm glad to see our lessons have paid off. Well, it's like you say, if we want to call forth an accurate representation of the primal, I should picture it in my mind as clear as possible. At the very least, it's worth a try, but the rest is up to John. In order for this to work, we need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting in one spot while you exchange anecdotes, why don't you get this blasted thing moving first? One must admit the suggestion is not without merit. Reen might have suggested the Gandalf Thunder Plains as our next location. These plains, it is writ, were perpetually blanketed in storm clouds. The only source of illumination, the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient ether that lingereth there shall provide ideal conditions for the summoning. Then that's where we're heading. Come on, Eden, we've got a job to do. They should be as good a spot as any. English is hard. All right, John. Whenever you're ready. Memories of Rome flash through your mind. I forget what this one looks like. Eden's verse, fulmination. Okay. Let's try with take. 14 minutes. Ooh. Well, we got everyone with a DPS, so... That works, yes. Might not be as quick as the first 4, but, you know. Healer left, we're doomed. Ah, the joys of waiting. I mean, what? All right. Eden fulmination.
There's no turning back. Get ready!
Since when is their audio? Herder of Levin, Ramu.
So, this is Ramu.
So that's what Guy sounds like. Ooh. Oh. I was turning to check for a save zone. That's a bit harsh and unexpected. No, only I died, which means I just missed something. Okay. Well, it's on recording, so... Oh, gee. Well, this raid's a bit much. I call shenanigans. Like, I'm calling shenanigans on that one. Okay, there we go. As with last time, I'm gonna pass on the items. Simply because the ones I'm looking for are the drops from the Final Four. I thought I was prepared to expect anything, but didn't expect Ramu to turn out quite like that. Appearance aside, he's quite aggressive as well. The Sylph's belief in him as a kind of guardian clearly makes a difference to his temperament. Anyway, I'm just glad it's over. Let's get back to the camp and see if anything's changed. I agree. Yeah, that was a weird one. I got like rezzed and then died twice. I was just like, I'm calling shenanigans. The crystal's a different color, but apart from that, it all looks the same. It may look the same, but it feels different. The air has grown slightly more humid, as it does before rain. I have to say, I'm not exactly prepared for wet weather. If Eden can control elements and so on, can't you tell it to send those clouds somewhere else? Speaking of which, I'm not very impressed with its so-called powers. If changing yellow crystals to purple is the extent of its abilities, it's no surprise the fairy didn't bother showing up. I hope that whatever's next is more worthwhile. Rather than influencing the ground beneath our feet, Eden hath brought change to the firmament above. And yet 'tis clear that a more dynamic element is required for the natural cycle of precipitation and evaporation to be complete. Wind, I believe. So we need movement. Would wind do the trick? Hey! Most certainly. It seems we have a plan. Let's not dwell too much on the effects of each individual element. Instead, focus on seeing them all restored. The power of an oracle. Not to be sniffed at, it seems. All my life you were a constant companion, your voice ever seeping into my mind. Why then, of all times, did you abandon me? Deaf even to the crashing of thunder, or were you simply biding your time? Hey. Okay. Into the firestorm. Orionje's knitted brow almost certainly spells trouble, namely for you. Yeah. When does it not? Ere we set out once more, might I ask if thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? It's an elegant conspiracy! Then thou shan't have difficulty understanding the explanation to come. With the restoration of our first element, the empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient in precipitation, water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land's surface. As invisible vapor, it is borne by the wind high onto the firmament, where it doth condense as clouds before descending once more, returning to the land in the form of rain. It seems we need wind aspected ether to create more clouds. That it hasn't rained yet must mean there aren't enough. And even before that, we need fire aspected ether to make the water evaporate. It seems to me that one's not much good without the other. Why don't you just draw both elements together? I mean, we could. You're suggesting that John fight two deiform entities, each one as deadly as Ramu, at the same time. Do you realize how absurd that is? And yet, 'tis a notion that doth warrant further consideration. He's not wrong. None of them are. Oh no. Oh, you can't be serious. Cast your minds, if you will, to the elemental wheel I did show to you in the bookman's shelves. Flashback? Because I don't actually remember the wheel. Lightning, fire. Wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. Wind giveth rise to lightning, whose spark doth produce fire. By restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we may maintain balance between these dynamic elemental forces. We didn't do ice. Just earth and water. Ah, my thumb. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any John hath ever faced. I believe, however, that this path doth lead to the prize we seek. Is the prize I seek the Eden meat gear for healing? Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all. Eh, thank good. I wouldn't dream of questioning Orionje's grasp of the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this would place not only on John, but Reen as well. Aww. He's a worried father. What do you both make of the plan? If Orionje thinks it'll work, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm just like, look, I get to beat up things. That's all I can do. It's so bad. As long as you know what you're letting yourselves in for, you're going to need all your strength, so see that you get plenty of rest. Rest, schmast. Gaia. Oh, she just went over there. Okay. I was like, wait, where did she go? It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, she may become more willing to talk. I hate life. Yes, you're right. There's no use in trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. About Gaia, you see. The truth is that apart from Alize and Alphino, I hardly know anyone my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but well, you've seen how she is around me. I understand that she's got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, and I should probably just leave her be until we finish restoring the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Ooh. Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. Is what I would have said once upon a time. Seems to me that you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be a bit prickly, to put it mildly, but if anyone can get through to her, it's you. Although we've only known her for a short while, we're all she's got, and I think she realizes that. Just let her know she's not alone, and she'll come around eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? Oh no! Orion J can talk the hind legs off a behemoth. Why not ask him? Yeah, let's go with that one. Though I'm proficient in many tongues, such as Fey, I cannot claim to be as well versed in the parlance of the younger generation. Their predilections and inclinations are a mystery I have yet to unravel. Aww. I don't know much about it either, but I believe I have a plan. Before she even woke up, I've been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day, you see. So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all that studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. The captain's powers of observation maketh her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behavior of the Crystarium citizenry. Rion J! Yes, and now it's time to put that knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is the key. Speaking from experience by any chance? Whatever do you mean? Lessons learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies fair, one might suspect. Ah, you couldn't help yourself, could you? It's alright, Thinker. Your secret's safe with me. Ahem, may I remind you that the reason we're here is to create a better future for everyone in the First, which includes you and Gaia. While it might not be on the same scale as bringing life back to the empty, if you're able to befriend her, that will be another way of contributing to a brighter tomorrow. So go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Marine is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best observe the conversation from within earshot. Am I really just doing squats? Okay. What do you want? Oh, nothing really. It can wait till later. For all we know, there might not even be a later. If you've got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. Is everything alright? Not feeling strange for being around Eden or anything? Is that what you came here to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you. Would you like to go and have coffee biscuits with me? Bro! What? Coffee biscuits. They serve them at the second serving in the Crystarium. Everyone's talking about them, so I thought that maybe once we finished our work here, you and I can go there together. Let me get this straight. You came to talk to me about biscuits. The emphasis on biscuits, I love it. Yes, they're light and crispy, and when you dip them in the coffee, they go all nice and squidgy. The only reason you're even interested in that in the first place is because everyone else is doing it. Can't you think for yourself? I do what I want when I want it. After all, the world could end at any moment. That's not going to happen. Not if I've got anything to do with it. Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I do. But you mustn't lose hope. A new day will come, then another and another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance. You'll see. Shut up. You think you know me? Even I don't know who I am. I mean... You're a teenager, apparently. Till I find the truth, I'll never be free. Oh no. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss that I don't want to see any more, and that includes you, Gaia. Why do you care so much about other people? What have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how we Yulmorans treated you, the precious Oracle of Light, like a bird in a cage. And yet, you act as if none of that ever happened, so forgiving, so selfless. You and your family brought back the night sky, and you finally had the chance to lead a normal life. But instead, you're flying around in a giant sin eater, trying to turn a barren wasteland into some sort of paradise, and for what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll see it through to the end, but if you think that makes us friends, you're very much mistaken. Gaia! Well, that didn't go so well. I surmised that to keep Gaia waiting over long would only agitate her further. Give me a moment. Eden's first. It's just showing the thing instead of Spotify. Anyway. To defeat the deiform manifestations of both wind and fire shall require every last mote of thy strength. That thou hast triumphed over such beings in previous encounters should be at the forefront of thy mind as you commence the summoning. Where are we going this time, Orionje? The place called Ashfall doth satisfy our requirements, I believe. The fables speak of travelers sweltering beneath the blazing heat of midday sun, while after nightfall slicing winds did tear their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't be quite that bad when I draw out the elements. Reen, my dear, may I remind thee that to focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, thou wouldst be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. That as well. May thy concern for her lend thee yet more strength. Time. I'll begin drawing out wind and fire in equal measure. John will only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Oh god. Ifrit and Garuda, I believe. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit rage through your mind. I'm terrified! Furor. Eden's verse. Furor. It will be fine. So you say. Oh, it just dropped to 5 minutes. Let's go. Oh, I was wondering why I just gave me an encoding overload. Let me disable the preview. Oh, this one might. This one might actually be bit of a long one for the wait. 'Cause we've already hit 4 minutes. Well, that is the price I pay. You haven't done 5.5 yet? So even if I wanted to repair my gear, I actually can't. That's funny. Oh, there we go. We got a healer. We're halfway. Norvrank, Eden's first Furor.
It worked! Both wind and fire have answered the call! Green, are you alright?
Herders of Fury, Garuda and Ifrit. This is terrifying! Oh, we do them one at a time? Tapaxa? I was mid combo. There was very little I could do. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm back! Anyway, let's continue with the story. Ooh. That was incredible. I never imagined they would fuse together like that. But you took them down all the same. I suppose the main thing is that we're now 2 elements closer to restoring the ether of the empty. Let's go and see what difference it's made. It changed it to red and green? Interesting. It's raining! I mean, that's literally the point. It actually worked, just like Orion J said it would. Everything we could have hoped for. Indeed, our endeavors have been repaid manyfold. I wonder what will happen when we restore ice. Isn't that the only one left? Is something the matter? One more element and then what? We'll have achieved the impossible, while I'll still be nothing. No memory, no past, no family, nothing. The world has moved on and left me behind. Anyone who ever knew me is either dead or gone. So, Almighty Eden, you can mend this broken world, but you can't restore one girl's memories. Give me my life back, damn you. I still hunger. Oh! Extinguish the accursed light. Awaken our true power. Enough riddles. Tell me who I am. You are. I am. Gaia. Gaia, what's wrong? Reclaim your memories, fulfill your destiny. Oh no! I don't understand. Gaia, can you hear me? Get away from me. I'm not gonna shout that. I don't have the voice for that. It's the sound of falling rain, your voice within. Long after the rain passed, your voice. Is she gonna be okay? All right. Heart of Darkness. Thancred is looking particularly chipper despite the heavy rainfall. While this downpour is precisely the result we were hoping for, the novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Guy's looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue this conversation in Eden's core. Yeah. What does it want? Why won't it tell me? Ere we set forth to restore the element of ice, I will discuss the manner in which the summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is this going to bring the empty back to the way it was before the flood? While none can say for certain, the change we have observed at points of ethereal intersection doth give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to in the decades to come regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you've quite grasped the sheer scale of the damage left in the wake of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Minfilia hadn't stopped it. Even if Reen has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight. After all, the empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. And it might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaiteth those of generations yet to come. You do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see, while here I am so absorbed in my own problems that I spare barely a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long I've listened to that voice, telling me what to do, who to be. I was so scared of what might happen if I disobeyed. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? What am I? Perhaps it's better if I never find out. If Reen's the Oracle of Light, here to mend this broken world, what does that make me? It actually doesn't make you anything. Not directly. Like, Reen's taken on the task of mending the world. That was her choice. Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness, bringer of misery and death, a monster. It's no wonder they left me, mother, father, and next it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back where I started, where I've always been, alone. Gaia, is it the fairy? What's wrong? Afraid I might lose control and ruin all your carefully laid plans. No, it's you I'm worried about. Reen, I'm going outside to clear my head. You just do what you need to do, alright? Something's wrong, I know it. That much is clear. We have a repeat of her first visit to Eden. We may even be joined by those void-sent friends of hers. You go and see what Gaia is doing. Urianger and I will stay with Reen. Okay. Okay. My name is Gaia. That's what you said, isn't it? Eden, the flood. What does it all mean? No, it can't be. Is this what it's been waiting for all this time? Finally, you remember. Oh no. Ah! What is this? The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The cursed spawn of light are drawn to it, like moths to a flame, pathetic, mindless, and easily bent to my will. Sin Eaters. Now the time of awakening has come. Hmm. God, Reen senses Sin Eaters. What's happened? Don't try to fight them. Just bring Gaia back inside. Quickly now. The hell is that? I'm starting to wish I didn't have the memory of a goldfish. What entity is this that should hold a horde of Sin Eaters in its thrall? What end? That's what I want to know. What's happened to her? That's concern for later. First, we must deal with those Sin Eaters. Dawn, if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without, I would task Thinkard with standing guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. Iconoclasm. So Iconoclasm is a bunch of Sin Eaters? Very well. Time for Eden number 6. Oh, 7, yes. Then 8, and then 2 quests without, and then maybe we can do part 3 today, maybe, possibly, probably not. I don't know. Maybe we can do part 3 as well with Eden's Promise. I will leave that up to the other half of this party. I am stuck alive for the next 3 hours and 40 minutes. At least. So I could, in theory, do part 3 today, and then it will go up on like Saturday or something. I don't know. It'll be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. For YouTube uploads. Alright, so up to you, Narga, after we finish the Worlds Apart quest. Whether we do, the last 4 today or not. Uh, Unable to teleport at this time. Okay. Oh. I'm guessing I can't teleport from inside the primordial sin eater, as it were. The primordial light. A dragoon? I wish I could do dailies while in queue, but dailies is their own queue. Since I don't do Beast Tribe stuff. Like, I have nothing against the Beast Tribe quests. I just don't want to do them. Like, realistically, I just don't want to do them, so I don't. Could I do the normal raid one at level 60? I can. But it's not gonna give me anything. I don't have any of them unlocked. Oh wow, we're actually waiting for this one. Guess it was bound to happen? Man, I just want Nintendo to sell the OLED dock. Since the Ola dock has HDMI 2.0. But no, they won't put the they won't put the stupid dock up on the site. I love how I click accessories and it's giving me consoles. Oh, you can get the Loftwing amiibo. That's great. Oh wow, we're actually waiting. Bro, I am just gonna... I need to fix my shit. Like, I need to fix my stuff. Game's gonna make me wait. I'm gonna do other things. And by other things, I mean I'm gonna go kill things. Because, like, I want to play the game, not sit in a queue for 20 minutes. Honestly, if Sage was out, I would use that. Man, I remember when the Monsters here gave me trouble. We finally got a healer. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I know this is probably gonna be the most boring of all the fights, but can... Eden's verse, iconoclasm. Antithesis conscient, the idol of darkness?
So many of them. But nothing we can't handle.
Sacrificial lamb. We're gonna wipe. Okay. Nope. We got a healer. Okay, both healers and tanks are around. This is terrifying. I'm gonna need a minute once we're done with this fight. Starling with the mood right there. That eyesight, I don't know, up from down right now. Cool, I died again. I should have switched to good at this point. The amount of times I'm taking the floor. Not helping! Oh, cool! I didn't die this time. I will take that as a win. Purple. I am. Damn it! But like, okay, purple, I'm purple, go to the white, dead. I could do nothing on that one. It is, man, it is what it is. Which way's up? Oh, there's one. There is up. At least then the deaths will make sense. My Dragoon's level 70. I'm gonna get rezzed into death, aren't I? I literally cannot tell up from down right now. Ah! That was indeed the best time for healer everything. I'll be right back. I'm back. This is oh, this fight is a nightmare. And not good for my already frayed mental state today. Okay. Okay. Yo, same, man. Same. I'm now white. No, purple? Okay. Okay, we got this. We got this. Holy heck. Too many colors! Wait, what? We got summoners. We're gonna need the summoners to raise the healers and then hope for the best. Or healer LB3. We do have a scholar. There we go. This is one hell of a raid. Right now would be the perfect time to just DPS LB3, but like, problem with that is we need to take healer LB3. No. Heals, 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 heals. We did it! We actually did it! Oh, good lord. Alright, Gaia, no more looking into your past. Alright, I need to ask. Gave it to Ren because I decided early on that I would give it to Ren. And now I gotta ask before we continue anything. I have to ask. Is Trick gonna hit the fan as bad as that in the next one? Because I'm very scared. She won't wake up. What do we do? No funny portals or colors. Good. What is this place? It's your subconscious. Where is everyone? Is this when she finds So I'm all alone. Even the fairy is gone. Endless silence, endless darkness. Is this what death feels like? No use, no one can hear me. How ironic. All those times I wanted peace and quiet, and now that I finally have it, I wish I had someone to talk to. Yeah, that is the ultimate mood, right? Like, you'll constantly ask for silence, and the moment you get it, it's like, wait, no, I don't want this. Thought I couldn't stand to be around them, all their interfering and fussing, and yet I was never lonely. But it's no use. Even after everything we went through, my memories still won't come back. There is no future awaiting me. Those memories, they can stay lost forever. If only this pain will leave. Now I close my eyes and sink into darkness. Oh, Pat. And then I'll suffer no more. Gaia! I'm pretty sure it's Reen shouting for mother, father? Wake up! Yep, it's Reen. Just now, I understand now. Why wait for tomorrow to claim us? Gaia, can you hear me? This perfect moment never has to end. I'm not giving up on you, Gaia. Say something. What do you want? Dude, wake up! Now wake up! Please, I'm begging you. Remember all the things we said we'd do, like going to the second serving for coffee biscuits. Now, why that one? I never... Gaia? It's anything of the... Hey look, you're awake and that's what matters. Oh, thank goodness, I was so worried about you. I mean, we all were. Do you have to be so loud? Barry fell silent, only to be replaced by Reen's voice ringing through my head. Look, I'd rather have Reen's voice in my head than some Icon of Darkness nonsense thing in my head. I never thought I would be so glad to hear it. Hey. Alright, so, two things you gotta pay attention to Casper. Relatively chill. I want relatively chill. Bruh. 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 What the fuck? And me try to turn into Dragoon, like a mid-raid. On thin ice. Guys, recent ordeals have left her rather more subdued than usual. Look! She's realized that she likes being with us. You've all gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've delayed you for long enough. Please carry on with what you came to do. Are you okay though? Like, fuck the empty. It's gonna stay dead for at least 100 years. I'm glad you're back to your usual self, but how are you feeling? Much better now, but something is still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream. A stream of memories rushed through my head. I don't recall anything like this happening before, and I'm not sure what it all means. What sort of memories? I can't make any sense of them. They were only brief flashes, seen through someone else's eyes, at least. That's what it felt like. Infilia, that is, the first Oracle of Light, once served Heidelin as the word of the Mother. If the Oracle of Darkness is our counterpart under Zodiark, then we had best prepare ourselves for the worst. Aye, the Knight's return did tip the ethereal balance towards activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power in the first. Having thus roused, he did then fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by darkness, Gaia. Marked or no, Gaia is still her own person. Yeah! Everything alright? It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. There will be plenty of time to think it through once the last element's restored. This is true. If thou believest thyself well enough, then I see no reason for delay. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalization of ice. Shiva, then, John. As the only one here to have actually seen the primal, perhaps you could describe her for us. A woman named Azal made herself a vessel for Shiva. So she summoned into her body the imagined essence of someone who lived over 1,000 years ago. That such a thing should be possible. The long since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration to Azal, whose method of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus was she moved to dedicate her being that selfsame cause. It was this devotion that granted her the power of a primal. So she was able to control it herself. In a manner of speaking, not getting any funny ideas, are you? Guys was like, don't you dare. Just thinking aloud, that's all. Anyway, we'd better get going. Our journey leadeth to a great glacier situated in the northernmost region of the Empty. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. It's time to draw out the ether. Let's hope Shiva's less I was thinking that I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Shiva. No! God damn it! Everyone's like, no. Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is the most strongly aligned to light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities as well as Eden's to draw it out, so that the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. No, please, let's not. I cannot claim to be in favor of this stratagem, and yet the primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. Inherent advantages are undeniable. Absolutely out of the question. I agree. Let's not do this. Have you forgot what John does to the primals we summon? I'm not about to stand by and watch as he and Reen beat the tar out of each other. Yeah, In any case, the ether only returns to the empty once the creature's been slain, although it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably there's a safe way to disperse it, but it's far too risky. Still far too risky. I thought you had more sense, Reen. Yeah! But it's not as bad as it sounds. Oh, no. Were the deiform entity as volatile as the primals we have previously summoned, it would be logical to assume that, in her role as conduit, Reen would be hard-pressed to retain control. God would have no recourse but to defend himself by any means necessary, else his life be forfeit. I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please, I've got to try. Oh no. But I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. You never had to take risks like this for the other elements. Eden possesses almost infinite power, but what would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like other Saint Eaters, it would undo all of our hard work. This is a disconcerting eventuality, and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that even if we realign the elements, things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the empty in our place. I'll channel the ether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If it all goes wrong, then what? I know this all sounds like I'm taking a leap of faith, but it has been a gamble every step of the way. We've managed to come this far because of faith, in ourselves and in each other. I've made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear, but what say you, John? I'm not about to pick the first one. I know what the answer to the first one is. No, we're not. No. Reen, I suppose that if you've got your heart set on this, there's no point trying to sway you. Just don't do anything reckless. Is that clear? Ask Crystal. This is going to work, I promise. I'll make sure of it. Well, for all our sakes, I certainly hope so. Because if the primal takes over, it'll be fine. With all of you by my side, I know that whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us. I hope you're not including me. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. It's enough just knowing you're here. Anyway, I've decided to take a leaf out of your book. I do what I want when I want. I've made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Yeah, she kind of just goes to wherever she wants. She doesn't turn herself into a primal. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. This is how much it means to you. This girl's willing to risk it all. Members of Shiva, envelop your mind. I don't know how, but I can see her too. This might actually work. Or Fulgen. Alright, time for one more if you'd, the final for today's stream. "21 minutes. Oh, that is atrocious. Oh, no, 9 minutes. Yeah, part 3 is definitely gonna be done on another day. Probably Monday. Because my head's actually pounding. Also, I don't think we can finish the last 4 raids today. So. Anyway, originally I was gonna do this in 3 parts. We'll do it in 3 parts. Hey, look, we got nice so black tie. um. Honestly, I'm just hoping that this one's easier. The hell? How is my condition on this 126%? Heyo! Nobody wants to play healer! I mean, we're in the raid. Really? We're actually gonna time out. Asshole. Thank you. You need to step away. Withdraw.
I call upon the power of Shiva.
This is so bad. This is so bad. A frost.
No! She's lost control! You've got to stop her!
She has indeed lost control. It's like the whole point. We gotta fight her. Hey, look! It's Ymira from from the. We got Ymira again.
Fools, you would stoke the fires of conflict.
I really need to make a
The light shall usher in peace.
how the Oh.
Such impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength.
Ah! Ah! That's a don't move. That is 100% a don't move.
Your blood shall freeze.
I blame Urion J for this. He couldn't pick a place where there's no, like, cliffs to fall off of. Because we're all dying right now.
Shatter. The light shall usher in peace.
Healer, help?
Such impudence!
Oh, heck.
Tranquility must be restored to the land. Darkness, be gone! light consume you. Such impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength. Shatter!
Ah! Just take it, take it. There's literally nothing I can do.
The light shall usher in peace. Such power! I can't!
The light! It's too much for her to bear! Ugh, she won't last much longer! Enough of this! Power of darkness, answer my call! Ugh! Ugh!
I love this scene.
Yeah! Damn this light! Damn it all! I won't give up! Not on my future! Our future! I want to see what tomorrow will bring!
Okay. Woo! Hey. Okay. Okay. Why the breed? I'm taking that. I'm gonna have to need that. Eden's verse complete. We did it! Woo! It definitely wasn't literally the most stress I've ever had to. Now let's give it to the healer. I was gonna give it to Ymir, but they gave up part with her. I need this. Pass. 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 I just want the rain. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it. So I'm just gonna be ultimate sadness. I got a blade of golden antiquity. Dang it! I wanted the reed minion. Ah! Fine. I mean, technically, if you can put it up on the market, I'll probably grab it from that. Reen! Oh yeah, she's just coming at Reen with like a giant mallet. Might want to put the mallet down. You were there. I heard you. What happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? No, she's gone. But Gaia. What? That hammer. It matches your dress. Really? I see you're back to your normal idiotic self. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we could take it with us. Ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. Well, if you say so. Anyway, it might even make a nice necklace. That's a brilliant idea. Will thou not rush to her aid? Perhaps I'm getting slow in my old age, because it would seem Gaia's beating me to it. To think that she would be the one to break the ice. They may have gotten off to a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. This reminds me of something I read as a kid. The whole, like, the current Reen Gaia dynamic, where they're, like, actually, like, friends, even though, like, Gaia's just in there. Is that a hint of melancholy I detect in thy voice? Something akin to a pining mother bird whose chicks have flown the nest. I mean, yeah, it is. Father bird, if you don't mind, but you're not entirely wrong. He said the words. Anyway, still, when the day finally comes to say goodbye, it heartens me to know she won't be alone. Yo, I really do wish I had done this before I finished Shadowbringer's stuff. After that, we can go to the second serving for coffee biscuits. Fine, you win, and if they're anything less than perfection itself, I'll never let you live it down. Hey, you gotta be around forever to do that. If they're not to your liking, there are plenty of other things to try. I suppose we both deserve a little treat after all that hard work. We certainly do. There we were, laughing as if we had not a care in the world. Though. Well, my life was never meant to be so simple. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. Though we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So without further ado, let's return to camp and admire our work. It's life. It's just everything's back to normal already. It'll take decades. It comes back to normal immediately. Okay. 2 more quests, and then I'll end stream. Arena's ecstatic. Life finds a way. Arena's ecstatic to see the first signs of greenery in the empty. Actually, I'm gonna be right back because nature calls. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I can feel all the revitalized elements working in harmony. I've always believed Eden had the power to store the empty, but I never expected it to happen so quickly. I think we all owe it all to Guy's skills with the hammer. Hammer? Whatever are you talking about? I'm a woman of gentle birth, hardly the sort to sing such a rude thing about. John must be imagining things. I wonder if the effects from the rebalanced ether will spread to the rest of the MC. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with a rest, yes. I must say, Reen, it's refreshing to see you take a more measured approach for a change. Well, if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that I shouldn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned that there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you freed me from Yulmore, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out of their way to help me. I thought that I should do everything in my power to pay their kindness and make the world a better place. But now, more than ever, I realize that there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Yeah! Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't control such vast amounts of ether. If Gaia hadn't been there for me, I might never have returned to normal. I could say the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare, but you freed me. It seems we're more alike than I thought. Gaia's not gonna think that well. We may not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, then we can face our problems together. That's if you don't mind. No, it's fine, really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. This is true! But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objection to staying around. That's that Oracle of Light, Oracle of Darkness aspect. You mean it? Oh, thank you, Gaia. I need to practice on my teenage girl voice, apparently. I'm very monotone while reading. I really need to practice my inflection, actually. May I suggest we continue the conversation en Moraine? Though the empty may now supporteth foliage, the land's normalization hath but begun, and to linger over long still entaileth risks. Is all the matter, Thinkrid? Nothing you need to worry about. Let's go. Before we do anything else, we should report to Yalford. He'll want to know how we've been getting on in the empty. Speaking of Mortsuk, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. I can't describe it, but it looked squidgy. Despite a strong suspicion that I may live to regret it, I'd like to try one. Oh, I think I know the one you mean. They might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps we could also try a pot of those jellied wrigglers, or whatever they're called. I'll even let you take the first bite. Ew, no thank you. First coffee biscuits, now worms and jelly. Heavens forbid the two of you might actually eat some proper food. I mean... John, may I ask a favor of thee? Whilst Thinker and I return unto the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I would have thee accompany Rien and Gaia to Mortsuk. Was I supposed to do something else? Someone's gonna chaperone them. They're just kids. Activating a thing by accident. That's me. It doesn't matter. I don't think I actually need... Wait! Yeah, we're one quest away. Okay. I trust all is well, Miss Kaya. It will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I shall scream. I'm terribly sorry to hear that the accommodations were less than satisfactory. I'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post-haste. Yes, I think we'll be staying at Mordsuk at least for the time being. It might take a while for me to write the report as our expedition was rather eventful. I paused in the wrong place, but that's just me. John, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sorry for all the trouble I've put you through. Still, fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Exactly! No harm, no foul! You're right. Now, how about that treat we promised ourselves? They might not have coffee biscuits here, but I've heard the Wriggler cakes are to die for. Or was that you'll die from eating them? Only one way to find out, I guess. Reen, please don't try and kill yourself and or Gaia. I'm sure trying the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. Hopefully we'll have another chance to visit the empty to see how things are coming along. I need to learn to read properly. I don't even think about leaving me behind. Heaven's Eye. Woo! The offer is the bearer of tidings of some description. Good news, or at least it has the potential to be good news. I've received word from Master Urianger. Unfortunately, the message was rather thin on details. He'll request that you return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for important meetings, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. That might have been Wandering Stars that I don't... No, it's Wandering Stairs, okay. I just can't read. But we done already knew that. Oh, I had a thing that was being sold by one of my retainers. Let's just check that. Did I get the like 200 gil? I did not. Speaking of coffee biscuits, I have 9 for the leaves. Oh, everyone's here. Pray accept mine apologies for calling thee hither at such short notice. The matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Reen's been telling me about? These are words best delivered in person. Did something happen to the empty? Not that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and the propagation of flora continues apace. So what's this about, then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the Source. However, unlike John, Thancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remaineth on the Source, though the thread that binds us to them doth grow weaker with the passage of time. And if you stay here too long, you might never be able to return. Precisely. Now the wheels of change in the empty set in motion. We believe this a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. That hardly seems worth losing your bodies over, though. You have to go back to your own world. Who are we to stop you? I always knew this day would come. You'll still have Gaia and John. Yeah, I could come and go as I please. I know that you'll see this through to the end, together. We will. I may not be half the woman Ophelia was, but I have friends I can turn to. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times, or prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We won't let you down. Look! No need to bring that up. No harm, no foul. Though I can't say what the future might bring, no doubt Reen and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the fairy are yet to be solved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers thou seekest or nay, lend not thine ears to its honeyed words, for thy will is thine own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand. Yet know that no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. Worlds apart. That's what that means. With Urianger and Thancred set to leave the first, it seems wise to share this development with the Alfort, who will continue to oversee expeditions into the empty. Speak with the Alfort and Motsuk. You're back sooner than expected. Is everything alright? Oh dear, that's rather unfortunate. I dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck wherever their work may take them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, and make the necessary provisions should any further forays into the empty be required. Safe travels, Master John. And with that, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe.